You know when you look at an astrology chart and you see all those numbered sections and you're just a little bit lost? Well, today we're going to decode one of the most essential parts of it. We're going on a journey through the 12 astrological houses, which are basically the celestial map of your entire life.
Okay, so to get our bearings, let's start with this absolutely brilliant, simple framework. If the planets are the actors in your life's play, the what, and the signs are the roles they're playing, the how, then the houses, well, the houses are the stage. They are literally the where, the specific areas of your life where all the action unfolds. But here's the thing, it's not just some random list of life areas. The houses actually tell a complete, cohesive story. We can call it the journey of consciousness. Think of it as this universal narrative of development that every single one of us goes through, from the very first moment we realize, I exist, all the way to our connection with the universe itself.
So we're going to walk through this story in three main acts. First, we'll look at how we build our own personal identity. Then, we'll see what happens when we start engaging with the world around us. And finally, we'll explore how we expand our consciousness way beyond just our individual selves.
All right, let's dive right into Act 1, the journey of self. This is all about creating our individual identity, building the absolute foundation of who we are.
And what's so cool here is how they logically build on each other. It all kicks off with the first house, the house of self, which asks the most basic question. How do I exist? This is you, your body, your personality. Simple enough. But once you exist, the second house naturally asks, okay, so what do I have? This covers your possessions, your money, even your self-worth. From there, the third house gets our mind working, asking, how do I make sense of all this? And all of that leads us to the fourth house, our roots, our emotional home base.
And this is really the core question of this entire first part of the journey. The fourth house is all about finding our footing, creating that secure inner foundation that lets us confidently step out into the rest of the world. Okay, so let's move into the second act. Now that this self has been formed, we get to see how it starts to interact with and is totally changed by the world and, other people.
So with that solid foundation from the first four houses, the fifth house just explodes with this creative energy, asking, what wants to come out of me? This is pure joy, romance, self-expression. Then the sixth house takes all that raw energy and says, okay, let's refine this. It asks, how do I improve myself? This is where we build discipline and good habits. And that gets us ready for the seventh house, the house of partnership, where we have to ask, who completes me? And through that connection, we're pulled right into the deep, transformative waters of the eighth house.
And this is just a perfect illustration of the dynamic at play here. Think about it. The first house, where we started, is all about my identity. But the seventh house, its direct opposite on the chart, is all about we. It's where we really learn about who we are by seeing ourselves reflected in another person. It's the fundamental axis of self versus partnership.
And that brings us to maybe the most profound question in the entire cycle. The eighth house, the house of transformation, hits us with this. To truly connect with someone else and to really grow, parts of our old self have to fall away. It's all about surrender and psychological rebirth. It's intense.
All right, now we enter the final act. After going through that deep, personal transformation, our focus starts to shift. We zoom out from our own little world and start thinking about our place in the wider world, in the collective.
So coming out of that intensity in the eighth house, the ninth house expands our minds. It makes us look for meaning, asking the big one, what is the purpose of existence? The 10th house then takes that purpose and makes it public. This is our career, our reputation, and it asks, what am I meant to accomplish out in the world? From there, the 11th house connects that mission to the greater good, asking, how do I help humanity evolve? Which, of course, sets the stage for the grand finale.
And so the entire journey, everything we've built and transformed and contributed, it all culminates in the 12th house with this one final question. After all that work building up the ego, we finally get to let it go. This is the house of spirituality, transcendence, and connecting to whatever it is that exists beyond our own individual life. So here's the main takeaway, right? The 12 houses are so much more than just a list of topics. They give us this incredibly dynamic and powerful framework for understanding the entire story of personal development, a story that's unfolding inside every single one of us.
Which brings it all back to you. This isn't just some abstract theory. It's a map of your personal journey. So the real question this celestial map is asking you is simple. Looking at these stages of life, at the story of development, where are you right now?